All right, guys, we're back with round 3, Edison Format, Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Javi on the left playing GBs versus Javier Solis on the right playing Hero Frogs. So both these guys are undefeated. And this was actually the largest Edison local I've ever had on the channel so far. 28 players, so we'll see who can move on with a 3-0 record. So actually Solis went first this game and he just passed. And Javi opened Secutor Test Tiger, and then see, I guess maybe Javi was expecting Gores, but I wonder if he knew that Solis was playing Hero Frogs. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Anyway, he opens Trap Dust Shoot, and Solis chains. MST hits Javi Solemn. So let's look at this hand. It's Caius, Ryza, Torrential, Miracle, Stratos. So if you send back the Stratos, you turn off Miracle Fusion. I mean, this is not looking good for Javi, because he's gonna Ryza him and put the Secutor back on top of his deck. And I don't know if he has, I doubt he has any other back rows, because with Solemn Dust Shoot, he would have set another back row for sure. And now he's redrawn the Secutor, and Solis has Torrential and Ryza. It looks like Javi passes. And then he hits him for 24. Yeah, this is not looking good. Then he passes. So he already took 48. I'm sure Solis is going to keep track of this one. I mean, you know you're going to get Caius, but, like, what choice do you have? Maybe you just don't do anything? It's possible. Or does he lose if he does something? Oh, no, yeah, he loses because he goes attack and then tribute for Caius. Yeah, I see he had to do this play. Otherwise, he just attacks him directly with Ryza and then Caiuses himself for game. Okay, so yeah, he had to set the Secutor. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Summons Laquari and sets one and passes. Alright, what else? So Soul Exchange, the Laquari, and then Caius himself. And that's a quick game 1 here in this Javier mirror match. That's another reason why I got these two on camera, because they're fighting to see who gets to be called Javier on the channel from now on. There's actually a third Javier at my locals, but we call him Luigi, so. Anyways, Javi's going first. Activates Upstart. And Respite. I actually like Respite, man. I think if I were to ever play GBs, I might play it. Just because, like, it helps out with your opening hands. Send back a couple of GB cards and, you know, just make the deck faster. So, yeah, I agree. Javi convinced me on Respite. Another quick fact, Solis actually got second place in the previous largest Edison tournament at our locals with Vayu. He snuck in at 8th and made it all the way to the finals. So we'll see if he can get that win this time. All right, he activates E-Call. So Javi summoned Sam Knight and set 2 back rows. See, I'm always afraid of getting charioted here. Yeah, he gets charioted. That's what I expected. So, another thing I want to bring up. Those of you guys who have been watching the channel for a while probably know that I say first turn to only set 1. But I think with GBs, I think you can make the exception, because I feel like just someone actually brought up in the comments a long time ago, and at first I dismissed it, but now I think setting 2 with GBs, you kind of just have to take the risk. Because summoning Sam Knight with a Chariot is not good enough. Like, you have to go Sam Knight, Chariot, and Deep Prison. That is intimidating. It might be worth it to just lose to Heavy. Anyways, now let's get to the duel. So also, like, maybe Javier should have just summoned and attacked the Sam Knight. Like, maybe searched Alias or something. Anyways, here comes Miracle, and yeah, he definitely has Solemn. Or Bribe. Okay, Solemn. So he pays half his life. So again, Javi set Solemn and Chariot. So he definitely doesn't have any other back rows in his hand. The rest of his hand is monsters, maybe a couple spells. Alright, so let's see what. So Javi special summons Test Tiger. Sends back the Sam Knight. So what do you go for here? He goes for Bestiari. And what's he going to pop? I guess he's going to either the Future Fusion or the back row. He probably has to go for the back row. Maybe he's a little afraid of Mirror Force. Okay, so here comes Regeki Break. So one thing I want to discuss is, should Solis have chained the Regeki break to the Tiger? I guess it's the same thing. But here you kind of leave the Bestiari in his graveyard. He could have also gotten a quest. Yeah. So I think Solis should have chained Regeki break to the Tiger's effect. Now, unfortunately, Javi had another test Tiger and another GB in his hand. But yeah, I think he should have. He should have chained Regeki break to the test Tiger's effect and targeted the Sam Knight. Now, Javi's either A, going to Secutor him here, or Darius him here. But since Bestiari's in the grave, he probably has to go for Darius. Now he's going to Geyserus the Future Fusion. I'm thinking, what could he have done with a quest? I guess it kind of would have been the same thing. With a quest, he would have got like Darius and another card. So he would have Geyserus him and had more GB. So I really don't know. But this is fine. Now he's going to go with quest. I'm thinking, man, maybe the Secutor play was better. UGB players in the comments, let us know. What do you guys think? Should he have gone for Secutor there, or was Darius the right play? I know we have a few experienced GB players. Javi himself, maybe he'll let us know if he regrets going for this play. I've never played GBs before. The only reason I kind of know GBs is because I play tested against Javi so much. And that's why. And I've watched him play a lot. But me, myself, I've never, ever played that deck. Maybe I should. Like I said, I say this previously. It's always good to play other decks, then you kind of know them well. Like, for example, I played Frogs a lot. So I know the deck's weaknesses really, really well. Anyway, let's see what else does Solis have. This is not looking good for Solis. So we know Javi's back row is Chariot. Solis needs Miracle. Miracle is live, right? Yeah, Solis needs a Miracle. But he'd have to top deck it because Javi solemned. Yeah, Javi solemned the Miracle earlier, so he would have had to top deck it for his turn. Another Miracle. And he doesn't have it, so let's see. Here comes Proving Ground. Yeah, this game might be over. What's he going to grab? Laquari. Yeah, Laquari. He's going to take a ton of damage. So, 18, 3,000, that's 46. So I think Javi is just going to tag out all those monsters for themselves. So he's going to like Laquari. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do. He's going to get, and then he's going to Hurk come up. Another thing, neither one of these guys have one on the channel. Javi is technically supposed to have one, but I accidentally deleted the video. But I'm not going to give him credit because it happened with my other friend, Joey Lynch. I accidentally deleted the video, and I didn't give him credit for his win either, so I have to stay fair. Plus, we didn't get to watch it, so Javi's still trying to get that first win, unfortunately for him. Okay, so here comes Hurk. But I think Miracle is still live, but you can negate it with Hurricolinos. All right, now Solis has 3 cards. Javi's got 2. So Solis needs like the perfect cards. Like he needs like I don't see how he gets out of this. I was thinking if your deck has a horrible GB matchup, like Dragon Turbo, maybe they should side deck Volcanic Queen to out Hurricolinos. Like if your deck can't deal with Hurk, but GBs is so uncommon that it might not. It might be worth it to just take the loss to GBs. But at locals, it's different because we have so many GB players on my locals, so it might be worth it for locals if you're trying not to lose to that deck. Anyways, so Javi forces a third game. Can he pull off the famous Legacy 2-0 / reverse sweep / backdoor 2-0 and move on with undefeated record? Who's going to get the bragging rights of winning the largest local? I won the previous one. It was actually me versus Solis in the finals for the previous one. We had 27 players. Let's see. I won with my frog plant deck. All right. So Javi summons Sam Knight. So what do you think? I think the only monster Solis would set here is Snowman. Like, there's no reason to set a monster first turn outside of Snowman. I can't think of anything he would set. And I actually think this was kind of a misplay on Solis's part because if it is Snowman, you'd rather Snowman the Sam Knight now before he has a chance to set Chariot. Yeah, 100%. You'd rather Snowman the Sam Knight now. Because now, if let's say Javi does have Chariot, then he can Chariot your Snowman. Anyway, 62 AK. I'm almost positive it's either Snowman or Dupe. There's no other monster Solis would set. It could be Dupe also, but that's like the only, like, you don't set Treeborn first turn. Even with a D Prison, I wouldn't. The only thing is, it could be Dupe. We'll find out. Maybe he cited in Jiu-Jitsu Master for this matchup. Anyway, Javi summons Bestiari, test Tigers. Let's see if Javi walks into this potential Snowman / Dupe Frog. I'm surprised Solis is citing Snowman and Frogs. I don't think that card's good in Frog. I used to cite it, but I don't cite it at all anymore. So yeah, I don't think Javi has Chariot. He wouldn't have gone for the Sam Knight. So here Javi is hoping that it's Dupe. I think Javi maybe didn't expect it to be Snowman because of the D Prison. Is another thing. All right. So now Javi's got 2 back rows, no dust shoot. If I'm Solis, I get that Snowman off the field because I don't want him to be able to tag with it. Okay, so here comes Alias. Probably not afraid of Torrential because most GB players don't use that card. And Javi okay, so he D-Prison Stratos, bottom is his Alias, so now he can tag. He can bounce off the Snowman. Yeah. Oh, did he remember to shuffle his deck? Because he tagged the maybe he forgot to shuffle his deck. I think he did. Yeah, because he tagged the Bestiari and then he redrew it. Anyways, he grabs back the Sam Knight, sets a back row, and passes. Wonder what back did he finally draw Chariot? I guess we'll find out. So he gets rid of the Snowman for Caius. Targets the back row and Javi chains Book. The Solis have a back row. If he has a back row, he's okay. But if he doesn't, then he might be in trouble. So now he goes Rhoda. Solis is up on cards, but like he can't really do much. He doesn't have access to Treeborn, and you're playing against GBs, which they easily get rid of your Treeborn Frog. Okay, so he grabs Junk Synchron. Maybe he already has Ocean in his hand, because I think that's the only other warrior he plays in his deck. It's Stratos and Alias are gone, so maybe he's got Ocean, Junk, and I think those are the only warriors he has left. Potentially. Maybe he sided in other cards like DD Assailant or DD Warrior Lady. Anyway, Javi hits him for 16 direct. I don't think he doesn't have anything to grab back with a quest. So if I'm Javi, I ready Ari the Snowman so that he can't miracle me. Like he can't like top deck. Because I have the read that he has Ocean in his hand. If he didn't have Ocean, sorry, he would have wrote it for Ocean probably. Because it's not like Junk is live. Junk is dead right now. So he must have Ocean in his hand. And I know Javi's going to make that. Because when I've played him before, he knew, like, this happened, I think he and I played recently. And he knew I had the Ocean in my hand as well. I did a similar play against him. So here, he ready Aries and Laquaris. So he's going to banish Snowman. Okay. No back rows, man. That sucks. I wonder where the other 2 cards are in Javi's hand. So let's see. What can Solis do? This has been a good third game. Like, I really don't know who's going to win. So there's the ocean we knew he had. So he runs over the Ready Ari for 300. So 64.55. Sets one back row, which could be anything. Could be Torrential. Could be Mirror Force. Could be a discard trap. Let's see what Javi has. $64.55. Oh, he topped that Cat. So Cat for Sam Knight and Test Tiger, and Solis with the what a top deck. So he must have top decked Torrential. That's really unfortunate. But maybe Javi top decked Cat. Yeah, Javi top decked Cat, but Solis top decked Torrential. So they're both top decking here. Maybe Javi shouldn't have walked into that. Okay, here comes Trap Dusty. So let's look at Solis' hand. Substitute, Junk, Vanity. He just drew that Substitute too. So Dusty kind of saved him there. So yeah, Solis' hand's dead. He can't do anything with that hand. Okay, now I'm debating. Maybe Javi shouldn't have. I get what he was doing. I think if I would have done the same thing if I was in Javi's shoes. I'm debating, like, if it's not Torrential, but Javi also, I guess he doesn't get hurt by Mirror Force. No, he doesn't lose to Mirror Force. Torrential's like the only card he loses to right there. Yeah, so I get why he did it, because then you make his Miracle Fusion dead. You get rid of the ocean. So yeah, I agree with Javi's play there. It's just unfortunate that Solis had the Torrential. Anyway, he attacks for 800. So you know that's dust. So luckily Solis' whole hand is dead. So here he Equests. See, the second Ready Ari. If Javi had a second Ready Ari in his deck, I think he would have been in I know he would have been in a much better spot. Because now he has to recycle his one Ready Ari. I mean, I've seen a lot of people are running 2 Ready Ari. Maybe Javi should consider running 2. I get not wanting to, but I think he should really consider it, because it would have came up right here. Because now Javi can just draw, Solis can draw any water monster in his deck, and it makes Miracle live. Oh, but luckily he didn't. Okay, so that gives Javi another turn. Oh, he ripped me. Oh, you can see Javi slammed his cards. Oh, man. Okay. See, I'd be mad, but he could have drew a water monster the previous turn. So, it's like, yeah, he did top deck the Mirror Force, but he could have drawn any water monster in his deck, and he finally did, to make his Miracle live. So, I get it, Javi. I love when people get tilted. I just think it's so hilarious, because I rarely get tilted. But right there, I would have been upset too. I probably would have tilted too. Like, you got to be kidding me, man. All right, so here, Smashing Ground. That's good. All right, so Javi's still in there. Yeah, he's still in there. Smashing the 0 and then attack over the Swap Frog. And he has to keep recycling that Ready Ari. So we know all of Solis' cards. He's got Dust Tornado and Vanity Fiend. So his hand is still dead. But does he have Treeborn? No, he had to banish the Treeborn for... Wait, why did he banish the Treeborn? Why didn't he banish the Swap Frog? That's weird. Oh, wow. Yeah. So Lee should have banished the Swap Frog the previous turn. But it didn't matter. He top decked another Miracle. So that was crazy. That was a crazy ending. So Javi, maybe consider playing the second Ready Ari. I think you win that game. But anyways, Solis moving on with a 3-0 record. We'll see if Javi can make it to top 4. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon for the rest of the tournament. Bye, guys.